And just for some housekeeping, there is an opportunity for anybody that's participating and joining us here today as an attendee to ask questions. You can write your questions in the chat. It looks like somebody already did. Oh, Adam said good morning. What we'll do is we'll try and answer those questions as we go along, but if we don't answer your questions, do not worry. We do have a place in our agenda that will make sure that we answer the questions before we adjourn the meeting. So I would like to turn the meeting over to Chris Dickinson. He's the Senior Vice President, Commercial Banking Group for Northway Bank, and he's the chairperson of our board. So Chris, I'm going to turn the meeting over to you.
Awesome. Good morning, everyone, and good morning, Carmen. Thank you. And welcome to all who are listening via audio. We appreciate your attendance today at the February 11th, 2021 annual meeting. And certainly thanks to our board of directors who are on the call right now, most of them, I should say, also attending the meeting. And just a reminder for anyone that is listening on the audio, the purpose of today's meeting, it's split. It's a little different than what we've done in the past. In the past, we've had a live event, which included the business portion of the meeting, followed by a luncheon and breakouts, that type of thing. So today is going to be the business portion of the meeting. Per the bylaws, we need to do that. And hopefully when the weather clears and, COVID subsides, we can do a fun event outdoors in the near future, and probably more to hear about that later. So without further ado, the first thing I'd like to do is to officially call the meeting to order and request a roll call to acknowledge each board member that is present today. So when I call your name, if you could just let me know that you're present for the meeting. And we'll get started. First and foremost, Lori Contreras from T-Bones and Cactus Jacks of Laconia.
Here.
Awesome, thanks, Lori. Mark McNamara from the Enablement Group.
Right here.
Thank you, Mark. Penny Raby from Malone, DeRubo and Company, PC.
Here.
Penny, thank you. Darcy Perry from LRG Healthcare.
Here.
Darcy, thank you. Ted Federo from Meredith Insurance Agency.
I am here.
Thanks, Ted. Bob Fitzpatrick from Vista Foods. I know he is not present. He could not be here today. How about Brian Chalmers, Meredith Village Savings Bank? Okay, I don't believe Brian is on the call. Patrick Clausen from Proctor's Lake House Cottages.
I am here.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, thank you. Angie Francesco from Squam Lakes Association.
Here.
Awesome, thanks, Angie. Kara Olson from Laconia Refrigeration.
Here.
Thank you, Kara. Dr. Larissa Baye from Lakes Region Community College. I saw her on the call.
I'm here.
Oh, there she is. Thanks, Lisa. Dirk Naden from Lakes Media.
Present and accounted for.
Right, Dirk. Adam Hershen from Laconia Daily Sun.
Good morning, everybody.
Thanks, Adam. Grace McNamara from Lakes Region Public Access Television.
Hi, everybody.
You. Don St. Gelace from Lakes Region Airport Shuttle.
Good morning. I'm here.
Good, Don. Lisa Byers from Bank of New Hampshire.
Good morning.
Hey, Lisa. Jeff Mills from Moulton Farm.
I am here, sir.
Jeff. Jenna Wallach from Service Credit Union.
Hello.
Thank you, Jenna. And Laura Dieterman from LTD Company.
I'm here.
Lori, thank you. And Sarah Liberty from Mainspire.
Here. Good morning.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, again, thank you to all our directors for their volunteerism throughout the year, your input, and especially attending today's annual meeting. Appreciate your time. So at this time, I'd like to hand it over to our Executive Director, Carmen, who's just going to present the year-end financial report. Carmen.
Sure. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, I just wanted to take a moment to go over our financials. For 2020, we ended in good shape. We ended with a net income of $8,382. We were down about 200,000 in revenue overall. So I'm really happy that we ended the year the way that we did. Our dues membership is right on track. We haven't seen much in a drop in our membership, and we're hoping that that continues. We are seeing a lot of new members coming in as well. We weren't able to do really any events beyond the annual meeting last year. So all of our in-person events were canceled, and hopefully that's going to change a little bit this year. So I just wanted to kind of chat about that. And we do have money in the bank right now. As of the end of the year, our bank accounts, we had about $99,127. And the only debt that we have is the building. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, excellent report, and thank you for that, Carmen. And that's, obviously that's pretty impressive considering the year that we just came off of and the challenges we faced through COVID, especially with, like you had mentioned, the big point was we had no live events, and that's a big one that's usually lost. So thank you again for the financial report.
You're welcome.
Next, for those directors at the meeting on the meeting right now attending, on the last page of your packet were the copy of the minutes from the January 21st board meeting. So as presented by Darcy Perry. So at this time, I'd like to request a motion to accept those minutes of the January 21st meeting. Would anyone like to request a motion?
Sure.
I'll make a motion.
I hear that as Ted made that motion. Could we get a second, please?
I'll second that.
Second, that was Jeff Mills. Thank you, Jeff. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstained? Well, thank you. The motion passes to accept the minutes. Appreciate it, everyone. Next on the agenda, I thought it was important. Carmen and I discussed this over the last few days. Especially for those members attending via audio today too. It warranted a recap of 2020 before we move on to the plans for 2021. Because although we had no live events, there was so much happening in the chamber throughout 2020. So I'm just going to go through and list some of those events, and certainly not touching on all of them, but a good piece of it. So a recap of 2020. Back to January 2020, we had a hugely successful annual meeting. And Carmen, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that was our 100th anniversary. So that was, oh, sorry, Carmen, I can't hear you.
It was 101.
Oh, 101.
101, yes.
Awesome, even better. And we had we expressed a number of big plans ahead. So, however, obviously what followed was a year of economic challenges due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The chamber canceled all in-person events, as Carmen just discussed, due to that pandemic. And we had to retool ourselves, like so many of our member businesses did. We went remote, and then we began to pivot. The goal at the Lakes Region Chamber was simple: continue to support the local economy, identify the challenges that member businesses were dealing with, and support them with appropriate resources. So the chamber engaged in weekly Zoom meetings beginning in March, staying connected to both state and federal agencies throughout the way. This portal allowed chambers throughout the state to share local business challenges and experiences with each other and with public agencies who could help make a difference. Through this collaboration, the Lakes Region Chamber identified helpful resources and programs that were shared with our local business community. And our executive director, Carmen Gifford, continues to participate regularly on these calls. Our chamber also led a Lakes Region Collaborative in partnership with 7 other local chamber and tourism organizations and the state of New Hampshire, accessing $290,000 to support local businesses. Consequently, they provided personal protective equipment along with safety promotions to over 275 businesses in 51 communities, impacting 30 industry sectors. We gave out over 11,500 boxes of masks, 700 boxes of gloves, 1,500 signs, over 2,000 bottles of sanitizer, and over 550 tubs of sanitizer wipes. And I'd like to say I personally had the opportunity to assist one afternoon with our local chamber in the Lakes region here, delivering some of that PPP, those supplies rather, to local businesses. And I can't begin to tell you how motivated I was after speaking to those businesses that thanked the chamber for doing this. Think of it, in the wake of a pandemic, our member businesses were facing such uphill challenges themselves, some even struggling to stay open, yet they expressed such appreciation for these small token supplies. They were hopeful and optimistic that together, this community would indeed get through this together. If that doesn't motivate one to keep pushing forward, I don't know what will. Further, we ran a collaborative marketing initiative promoting our Lakes region economy. Promoting our Lakes region economy is open for business, developing new content of photos and videos specific to the Lakes region. We developed a workforce initiative platform unique to the Lakes region employment, held 2 live workforce events featuring 50 businesses that were open for hiring, with 5 one-hour panel discussions promoting our local economy. These events attracted 106 job seekers, 62 resumes, and 185,000 internet page hits. Quite impressive. We also launched a brand new marketing campaign, Come Catch the Glow, in the month of October. That initiative was so successful, it was extended through the end of the year and into the winter, promoting events and businesses to keep our economy moving. Financially, the chamber also secured an EIDL grant loan, which was the economic injury disaster loan administered by the SBA. And just recently, due to our 501c6 status, we were able to qualify and secure a PPP loan to operationally support this organization as we navigate through 2021. Carmen continues to work full-time, and Joanne is working part-time with the chamber. Further, I can also tell you firsthand that this list makes up only a handful of the supportive initiatives executed by Carmen and Joanne on behalf of the Lakes Region Chamber. And I know great things will continue through 2021 and beyond. Together, the Lakes Region Chamber, our talented board of directors, its members, and our great community will only come out stronger than ever before. So Carmen, on behalf of the board of directors, the membership, thank you for your continued focus and great support to this community.
Thank you. And to Joanne as well. It's teamwork.
It's a good team. It's a great team. One of the best. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about new business. At this point, I'm really excited to present you with the incoming slate of officers for 2021. The incoming chairperson, Lori Contreras, T-Bones and Cactus Jacks of Laconia. Our incoming first vice chair will be Mark McNamara from the Enablement Group. Our second vice chair will be Dirk Naden from the Lakes Media. Our treasurer will be, again, Penny Raby from Malone, Derubo and Company. Sorry, Penny. Our secretary will also remain Darcy Perry from LRG Healthcare. So that is the full slate of officers for the incoming. And so at this time, may I have a motion to approve those slate of officers?
So moved.
I'll make a motion.
Didn't catch who that was at first. Was that Sarah?
Grace.
Great.
Oh, Grace. Thank you, Grace. May we have a second?
I'll second.
Ted, thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Say aye.
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 Thank you. Any opposed? Any abstained? I'm excited to announce that that motion has passed for the new slate of officers for 2021. Thank you, everyone. With that said, I'm pleased to congratulate Lori Contreras as your 2021 chairperson of the Board of Directors. And at this time, I will happily pass the virtual gavel and turn that meeting over to Lori to report on the nominating committee. Lori, congratulations, and I look forward to a great year working with you.
Thank you so much, Chris. I'm really excited. So our nominating committee report is really tiny and we don't have a lot of changes, so it makes it super simple. We have no outgoing directors this year, and nor do we have any term renewals to present. And per the bylaws, Penny Raby continues to serve as our treasurer, as you mentioned, and therefore is exempt from her term limitations. Thank you to Penny for her possibly lifelong continued service and commitment to the chamber.
You're welcome.
All right, so Chris covered 2020 and where we've been, and looking forward to 2020. I know our entire board of directors, and I'm sure everybody listening, is very much focused on what we have ahead and what we're looking at for 2021. I think, we feel like we've made it through the worst of what we have to go through with this pandemic. We're coming out of winter and we're coming out on the other side and looking ahead to what will hopefully be a much better year in all industries for everybody in the Lakes region. So the Lakes Region Chamber is in a strategic position to lead our local economy on a road to recovery. Our members, our local businesses are the chamber. Now more than ever is the time to belong to a chamber. Together, we'll continue to advocate for our businesses. We'll continue to monitor the coronavirus impacts on our local economy, including state and federal legislation, such as employer liability and safe harbor initiatives, loan forgiveness and taxation from grants and CARES Act funding, minimum wage proposals, right to work initiatives, and access to affordable healthcare. Attracting and retaining a strong workforce continues to be a chamber priority. This is something we talk about all the time because we know that every industry is struggling to find enough people for their workforce. And so continually, this is our focus and where we feel like we can provide the most support and benefit to our community. We'll continue to hold virtual job fair events and virtual school to work career events. I proudly represent T-Bones and Cactus Jacks of Laconia. And like many other industries, the hospitality industry has been tremendously impacted over the past year. We've made hard decisions. We've modified, adjusted, and responded to each challenge that we faced. We'll continue to stay strong for our customers and for our employees. Although we aren't able to celebrate our award recognitions today, we will be celebrating in May at an outdoor event. Nominations are now being accepted for the Lakes Region Chamber Business Inspiration Awards, recognizing businesses that have made significant investments in building, renovations, and environmentally sustainable projects. I look forward to this opportunity and to gather together safely. We decided as a board that at this time we couldn't have our normal annual meeting, and so we fully agreed that it was the best idea to get rid of all of the commitments that we needed to get through the annual meeting and look ahead and hope to be able to gather outdoors in a more traditional setting that we could all enjoy once the weather's a little bit warmer. So I look forward to that. I look forward to working with my board members, and I think we have a really good group. Carmen, do you want to talk about events and initiatives coming up?
Sure. Thank you very much, Lori. I look forward to working with the new slate of officers, and it's great to have such a large board. I've been with the chamber for about 10 years now, over 10 years, and we represent about 24 communities. And a lot of industries. And so when I look out at all these Brady Bunch on steroids kind of Zoom meeting, it does reflect the different industries that the chamber reflects. And for me, that's very important because you're all advocates for the chamber. You are the chamber. So what we're looking to do this year, we want to continue right now to promote online and virtual events. We're listening. We've had to pivot. Joanne and I couldn't decide whether pivot was a word we wanted to keep using or not, but it does seem to be relevant. We are getting a lot of asks of how people can connect with the different jobs that they do. So we will be offering those tomorrow. We're collaborating once again with the BIA, which is our statewide chamber, and that is for Small Business Day. And we're doing that with most of the chambers in the state of New Hampshire. So if you're able to join that for the morning, it's a free event and always great topics that kind of connect our community with the state as a whole. The Business Inspiration Awards, I want to say that on our website, lakesregionchamber.org, there is a portal that you can submit your nominations. And for those that may not be familiar with our awards, again, we're at 100 and going into our 102nd year, but these are what we used to call the Golden Hammer, Golden Trowel, and environmentally sustaining investments that businesses made. So we recognize that not only are they investing money for their own business, but that investment really translates into our Lakes Region economy as well, because they're doing an improvement in our area. So we look to the public for those nominations. We don't always see every project, and that could be a municipal project. Like I said, it could be environmentally sustainable. People have done a lot of solar projects that really made a significant difference in a footprint. So we typically give about 12 each year, and we want to make sure that we're recognizing, especially last year, in the year that we had, those that have gone forward with projects. So please be sure to check our website and submit a nomination. In June, we're also going to be hosting the Disney Institute once again. It's a virtual event, and we'll be proud to have that going on with Disney's approach to business excellence. And I think there's a lot of organizations in our area that have actually gone to Disney or used the Disney principles and practices that they're able to create programs, initiatives, and employee projects within their own organization. I know a lot of the banks and the healthcare are very, very popular with the Disney. In June, we're also going to be doing our golf event. This year, it's going to be at Owl's Nest Resort, which is one of our members over the past year. They're up in the Campton Thornton area. We're excited to be able to host that. And the Workforce Connect platform that was created with the CARES Act funding that we were able to access as a collaboration, we want to continue to utilize that platform. Our goal is to do 2 job fairs and really get more involved in the career, the school to career or opportunities, I should say. What we do is, and I know Justin is on this call, what used to be 200 by 2020 is now what we're calling Beyond 2020, because we really want to get way beyond what last year represented. But we want to be able to help our local school districts with their students connect to our local employers, understand pathways for careers, understand where they can get internships, mentors. But because of this whole coronavirus, some of this platform will be a perfect way to hold panel discussions, have a hospitality day, have our healthcare day, whereas we used to do that in person, or they would do bus tours to the local businesses. We don't want to lose that. And what we're hearing from the school districts is, and I know Bruce Thompson is on our call listening, but I know that the military has a great portal directly to the students, and our colleges have a direct portal to our students using virtual. But as employers, we haven't really done the best job that we could. So that's where we really want to create some opportunities to make